Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel Lotus Astro. And today I'll be covering Rohini Nakshatra. Yesterday I've done Kritika, so I plan to do Rohini as well as Mrigashira today. So let's start with the Rohini Nakshatra. And for the ones who are new to my channel, do subscribe to the channel and like the video and share it with your friends and family. Now, talking about Rohini Nakshatra, as we know, it's the fourth nakshatra, and the deity for this nakshatra would be Brahma or as Prajapati. And the planet which governs this nakshatra is Moon. Now, what exactly is Rohini Nakshatra? We've always heard about it being the most, loving wife for Moon and all those stories, but there's a lot more to it. Some of the details are there which I would be sharing with you today. Now, when you're talking about Rohini Nakshatra, we know Moon plays a very important role over here. Venus again plays a very important role over here. Now, the symbol for Rohini Nakshatra is the Chariot. Not to forget, the symbol is Chariot. So, a very calm, a very gentle an energy, a compassionate energy, having a certain kind of charm, and a very strong sexual appeal to attract people. This is what is Rohini about. Rohini is about beauty. Rohini is about high morality, loving nature, preserving nature. And education here is a blessing, because Rohini has a very balanced and practical energy. They have the blessings, the divine blessings. And Moon plays a very important role over here, because it is the lord of the nakshatra. So a balanced mind and a very practical mind is seen only when you have Moon at that specific degree, giving that positivity. Now, when you're talking about Rohini Nakshatra, there are too much of emotions involved. Why? Because Moon is a watery planet, as we know. So wherever there is an excess of energy, wherein the water tattva, there is where our mind does not, it gets into that emotional zone. It does not make, the right decisions which you are supposed to make. So there is where Rohini Nakshatra natives, lack. Like, there is too much of materialistic approach. There's too much of materialistic approach. However, most of the times what I have seen, that they may get a lot of opportunities, but they don't go ahead taking those opportunities, because they take their own time. They are into their own emotion zone. In this specific period, what happens, they miss on that opportunity. They have so much of emotions that at times it's very difficult for them to survive. Why? Because all watery signs, when you talk about all watery signs, wherever Moon governs, whether it's Hasta, whether it's Shravana, wherever is it besides this, whether it's Rohini, whether it's Hasta, whether it's Shravana, always emotions play a very important role. Now, when you're talking about Rohini, it's all about beauty, about luxuries. Say, for example, you have your ascendant lord being Venus in the nakshatra of Rohini. What will happen? This specific person will get the best week, get the best of cars. It's not, they would not settle down on something small. So if they go to buy a car in the showroom, they would not see something which is average. They will see the best brand, and in the best brand they will go ahead and they will buy the best model. Why? Because if you see, the symbol connected to Rohini Nakshatra is the Chariot. Now, when we, like, there were years back when I'd seen a couple of videos and I did a lot of research on this, what exactly is the Chariot. And the chariot is used whenever we bring God out, whenever we have our Rath Yatras, and we place him in that dignity. Here, what's happening in Rohini Nakshatra, the chariot is being given that specific power, that specific importance for this nakshatra. So what's a chariot in today's world? It's the vehicle which we, it's your car. So it could be a Mercedes, it could be a Porsche, it could be a Bentley, it could be an Audi, but it has to be a top model because they do not compromise for the smallest things. Another very important thing seen in Rohini Nakshatra, they have a very good affinity with the shades of pink. So it will be pink decor, pink flowers, and a lot to do with pink around them. So if it's the men, it could be the pastel shades and more of a very lighter shade in pink. Then luxuries, like they love the best of perfumes. They would love brands. Whenever you have either your ascendant, either your Atmakaraka, your sun or moon in Venus, anywhere in Venus, associated with Venus, you will see all these traits. Another important thing, they are the center of attraction, because of which they get a lot of evil eye or else jealousy. Like there'll be like 10 around you, but the people having a prominent Rohini Nakshatra will be the ones who will have all those bad eyes casted over. So that is something, because see, it's very very important. If somebody has this kind of a nakshatra, this alignment, what actually would happen, so it's always good to go ahead and compliment others around you, because of which they would also feel that warmth and that charm. Now you could see great poets, you could see designers, you can see architects, people who are in the arts, people who do a lot of writing, okay, people who are in any kind of designing. It's not only the fashion designing, it could be jewelry designing, it could be designing anything, because when you put Rohini Nakshatra in the first house, your ascendant, you will see the fourth house, you will have the sign of Cancer 4. Now the fourth house is what? Working with hands. For then it's poetry, it's writing, it's travel short term, short distances when you go. So they make their money with short distance travels. So this is something which is very prominent. Talking about the pada, the first pada is governed by Mars. Now this is in the Aries Navmaj, because in Kritika we finished with Pisces. The fourth pada of Kritika finished with Pisces. So now when you're talking about the Navmaj is nothing. You need to just go according to the zodiacs. Now we finished with Pisces Navmaj. Now we'll have the Aries Navmaj, and then the pada 2 will have the Taurus Navmaj. So now when you're talking about pada 1, just one word for this pada is passion. Very luckily, because Moon and Mars both are positive, both are friends over here, and it's falling in Taurus. So it's going to be, it's a beautiful alignment. So this is like, you get most of the growth when the dasha actually comes, like Moon Mars Moon, and even when you could say when a Taurus dasha would fall, as in the Venus dasha would fall, the Shukra dasha, it would be positive, very quick in energy. And this is the only because you have Mars ruling, and again there'll be a lot of initiating. They could initiate things very very well in terms of starting off with something new. So Mars is positive, Sun is also doing good over here. Pada 2 is Venus, and it falls in the Taurus Navmaj. Like we did Aries Navmaj, now the Pada 2 will fall in the Taurus Navmaj, which is abundance. And you could say a lot of gains, a lot of materialistic gains which are seen from here. Abundance, and also it's a Vargottam Pada. So which means that overall it's a very good pada, where you find all your dreams getting materialized and your desires. Why? Because Venus is a materialistic planet. But I'm not talking only about materialistic. As we know, Shukracharya, Venus, had immense knowledge. It's not just Jupiter, Guru, who has the knowledge. It is Shukracharya who has much more knowledge, intense knowledge. And then is when in this specific pada, when you're talking about wishes to be fulfilled, it is not only your materialistic wishes. You can talk about your spiritual wishes as well, or else your inclination towards spirituality. Pada 3 is Mercury here, Gemini, Navmansh, too much of resilience, and you could say a little fearful. It's a very flexible pada, but a little shrewd. And it's a pada wherein communication comes in parts. So you will see a lot of people who communicate very well, comprehend very well. Arts and science is something which is favorable for this pada. Mercury, Venus, Saturn are positive over here, because again we know that Mercury, Venus, Saturn, they go along very well. Now talking about pada 4 is Cancer. So it's all about the moon energy over here. So moon is something which is governing Rohini, as well as moon is the lord for this pada also. So it's the Cancer Navmansh, and this is the place where you can see comfort, truthfulness, and being loyal, a lot of love. Then you can see short travel. There's a lot of short travel which happens, which will give this person a lot of money. So there should be short travel which should be done. And this person would also have a lot of maternal qualities in him, because it's a Cancer Navmansh, which is related to the mother and towards the mother's family. So this is extremely important. It's a very beautiful nakshatra overall, because see, Rohini is all about abundance. However, Venus again plays an important role over here, because most of the padas, if you see, pada 1 had fallen in Aries, right? So that was the Aries Navmansh. After that, pada 2, 3 and 4, pada 2 started with Taurus. It's in the Taurus Navmansh. So that means Venus plays a very important role over here overall. Venus should be placed well, then your moon plays another important role over here. The only thing what I would advise is these people need to keep hold on their emotions, need to calm down a little. And yes, the focus on the materialistic plane is absolutely okay, as long as we know that we're not getting too carried away with that, too overboard with that. And overall it's a beautiful nakshatra, because it is Rohini. So I hope you've liked this video, and stay tuned for my next video, which I'm doing about Mrigashira. Thank you so much for watching, and do like the video. Thank you.